Hello guys, today we will be building an agent in Microsoft Foundry. My goal here is to show you the steps on how to choose models and add tools. In our case, we will be adding Azure AI Search, which is an index of our invoices. Some invoices I've uploaded to a blob, and this index will be exposed to the agent, and the agent will answer based on this index. You can add other tools. We'll also use the code interpreter. And guess what? We will be publishing this agent to Teams and M365 Copilot straight from Microsoft Foundry. So stay to the end and you will get to see how the agent works in Teams and M365 Copilot. So without wasting your time, let's just jump into Microsoft Foundry. So now we are in Microsoft Azure, and as you can see here, we are in a resource group called contracts. And in this resource group, I have Foundry service. I have the search index, which is the contracts index. I also have the contracts key vault and storage accounts. I also have the Azure resources here, which you will need to create an agent. So this is a Foundry project. I will show you in a minute how to create this. So let's just jump over into Microsoft Foundry. So let's start from scratch. So this is the new Foundry. As you can see here, you can switch back to the old Foundry. And this is, yeah, I don't need to do that, but you can switch back if you like the old one better. So the thing is, you can create new projects or view all projects. And this is something we can look into another video, but you do have the hub and then you have the projects. For my case, I just have a project, which is in East US. And from there, I will just start building. But before doing that, I've already created some agents before, but they are deleted, so they will not work if I press on them. And here you have the new arrivals. You have the Opus 4.6 and Sonnet 4.6. So what I will do is I will start building, create an agent, and I'm in the right project here. And I will call the agent invoice agent. See here, invoice agent. Just give it a new name, Wario. And now we are in the agents playground, or the first thing you will see here. So from here, we can choose a model, and this depends on what task you're going to do. So let's just browse models before changing the parameters. And here you can see all the models that are available, and you can choose based on capabilities. So let's take, for example, inference tasks. You can have chat completion or messages or responses. So if you want the responses API, just choose this and you will get the models that have the responses API, as you see here. I will not change this yet. In my agent, I will keep it as GPT-4.1. And from there, you have to give your agent some instructions. And for this, I've just done it beforehand, but you will need to have a system prompt, which is what the agent is, best done in Markdown format, where you can give the agents the rules that agent has to follow, and how the agent should have outputs. And from there, we can check the tools. Let me just do this so that you have a good overview. In the tools, you have the web search. The web search is simple. You just choose whatever you want. There are extra costs for this because it uses the Bing search. I can add new tools. And in this case, I will add code interpreter because I want the agent to be able to create bar charts and do other things with code and generate stuff. In terms of knowledge, you can add knowledge. So you can connect to Foundry IQ. I will not do this in this video, but I will do this. In here, you have the AI search. You have a Fabric data agent. So if you already have some data in Fabric, which you have created a data agent for, you can just connect to the agent. You can connect to SharePoint and Bing custom search. So I will choose Azure AI search. And from here, I have my already set up RAG contracts. You can create a new source index. And from there, you can choose create new resource, and then you have to set up the resource, but I will not do that for now. This is simple step by step. You can follow other videos and do this. From there, let's look at the memory. I don't have it in my region now, but you can add memory and it will just be added here. Guardrails, this I will not cover for now. And let's save our agent. You'll see something really cool, which I liked with Foundry compared to Copilot Studio. I can just preview the agent, and I can decide to preview the agent here as a sample app code, or I can just preview it like this. So once you're in here, you can just ask how many invoices are in storage. I could actually just turn on the voice function, and I will try adding it now after this is done. So these are the invoices, and create a bar chart for the cost of each invoice. So once while this is working, let's just go back to Foundry. And once you're here, you will see the traces. So the traces are all the conversations, as you can see here. This one is going on now, and it's the one working in the preview here. So if we go back to the agents, let's close this. So you will have all your traces here. You have the metadata of everything in there. And then you have the monitor. This is really fun. You can run evaluations and monitor them here. You can see a couple of days, and you can see months, and you can have scheduled evals. That is very interesting if you continuously want to evaluate the quality of the responses, the tool calls, and this is something we'll look into in a bit. So just stay, because this here you will see the agents run, and you will see the tokens that the agent has been using to 2,700 tokens for the call we just made over here. So let's see what it's created. I can download the bar chart. Let's see. Oh, download it twice probably. Yeah. So here is the bar chart, and here is the invoice, the different invoices, cost of each invoice, and I can ask it to actually break it down even more. But let's go back to the agent, because this is the interesting part. So here we can go to evaluations, and you can create automatic evaluations with synthetic data. So what do you really want to evaluate? Is it the model or the data set or the agent? In this case, it's the agent. And I just want to generate synthetic data, and I can decide which model to use. In this context, I think it's good to use other models than the one you are using to answer questions in your agent, because in your because of self bias and positional bias. So think about it when you're really choosing which model should generate the questions. So I will use a simple smaller model, and this model will be deployed, and you can write a prompt here: create sample data, confirm, and you can choose a file, seed data file, which you can use to seed the test. So if you have existing data set, just upload it here. And once that is done, you can choose what you want to have as evaluators. So in this context, you can have tool selection, you can have tool output utilization, which I love because we don't have this in Copilot Studio. And you can set this up in Copilot Studio using for example, G evals or the inbuilt evals. I have a I have GitHub repo with G evals for Copilot Studio, where you can set this up and make your own rubrics. I will put it down in the description. Also, if you look at this, you can add new evaluators. So if you really want to look into some type of evaluation for your agent, just jump in here, choose the evaluator that you want. And if you want it to, let's say, tool selection evaluation, for example, you can add this item query, the response, the tool calls, and the definitions. So I will not do that for now, and I will not spend time running the evals for you, but you can have name the eval and submit, and then it will run from there. You can also have human evaluations, where human beings just evaluate the agent, and red team is security evaluation. So they run basically red teaming for this agent. Okay, so that's for the agent. Let's go back to our agent, and we have Azure AI Search, and we have previewed the agent and tested it in there. So you have to publish the agent first before you make it available in Teams. So this agent is already created with the Azure AI Search. It's created with the yeah. Let's see. So it's created with all this. What do I say? Code interpreter and everything. So I don't have Azure bot services, and I can create a bot service for this agent. And you need this in order to be able to publish to Teams and M365 Copilot. Once this is created, I can just go to, let's see here, short description, invoice agents, and same thing, invoice, developer name Wario, and we need a website. So let's find a website somewhere. Yeah, so let's go back to our agents and give it a website. So random website, random website, random website. Don't do that for your production agents. Prepare agent, and once this agent is prepared, you can decide to give it individual scope or organizational. So once you push it to this organizational tenant scope, it will show up. Let me check to choose this to show you how it will show up in your team's M365 admin center in the agent 365 pane. So submit this and it will appear in some seconds there. So this has to be approved, of course. So let's go back to our M365 admin center. And this is the agent 365 stuff, which has been hyped a lot lately. But honestly, I think this is just a basic overview of the registry, active users, and you do have the sorry agents, creators, and top platforms. So yeah, you have all agents. In here, you will see my old invoice agent, which is already published, and you can see the resource here. Let's take a look at it. It's published from AI Foundry, and you can see the users. It's just me, and data and tools not available yet, but security and compliance is run by Entra ID and Purview. Yeah, that was what I was waiting for. But let's take a look at the requests because the agent should show up here in a second. Yeah, so this is the new agent, invoice agent pending review. And I will publish this agent and decide to publish it only for myself, of course, because I don't want everyone to have this agent and specific users. So what you do here is who can install the agent. But if you want to pre-install it for people, you can just go here and pre-install it for yourself or the team, that security group, whatever you decide to do with that. Policy templates. If you've created policy templates for your organization, you can have your custom policy templates here. But these are the default templates where Purview is enabled and you have a DLP policy in place and AI compliance assessments. All of these are in place. We'll follow this template. So here is the invoice agent and it is getting pushed to Teams and M365 Copilot now. So let me just go in Teams. And here I have my old invoice agent. So let me go navigate back and forth, explore agents, and it takes a while. I don't have the Copilot license, so I will not be able to use this license for now, this agent for now. But this is my old agent, and you can see it's created by Wario. And let's explore agents again and search agents in voice. There is the new agent. As you can see, it works across teams, and this is the agent we just created in Foundry. So in this video, we've just created a simple agent in Microsoft Foundry, and we've publish these agents to Teams and M365 Copilot. We've tested it. We can also see the traces here, and you can monitor your agent. And also, the interesting thing here is you can add a lot of different data sources. So let me show you here. In let's do tools and knowledge. So in knowledge, you can go to set up data source, and you can go to the catalog. So if you have data in your Azure Cosmos DB or you have data in other sources, let's see, newest. Let's see what's the newest. So you have Grafana, you have all this stuff here, but let's take, for example, Cosmos DB. And if you create this, you will be hosting your MCP server, and you make sure you, before you connect, you make sure your MCP is hosted, so you can do this step by step following the documentation. So this is good. You can have multiple sources, and you can use your agent in Teams and M365 Copilot. So that is it for this video. And if you have any questions or any suggestions to new videos, please drop them in the comments and I will create them. See you in the next video, guys.